I'm going to make this very simple for you, Dan. Men should not play sports against women.
Which are what? The science behind this, that men and women are different. And you can call yourself a woman, you can call yourself a cat, call yourself whatever you want, but the facts are what? Trans women are men.
I'm not going to get into all the bullshit that's going on out here in the world today. If anybody think that, I think they're stupid. I'm not, like I say, I support the gay community 100%. I support the transgender community 100%. But I do not, under any circumstances, under zero, think that men should play sports against women. And if anybody have a problem with that, they're going to have to get over it, because I'm not going to change. I just think it's wrong, period.
Charles Barkley just said what a lot of people in sports media have been too cautious to say publicly, and he delivered it with absolutely no hesitation. During Inside the NBA, Barkley made it clear that he agrees with Sophie Cunningham's stance that men should not be competing in women's sports. True to form, he delivered the opinion with the same blunt, unapologetic attitude he's become known for, especially when he believes people are turning a straightforward issue into something unnecessarily complicated.
But I'm never going to think it's all right for men to play sports against women. And I don't even think that's controversial. That's the thing that's funny. Like some of this stuff make, like when you see these debates on television, like, yeah, men shouldn't play sports against women. I'm done. I don't want to hear you try to explain it to me. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to argue with you. Men shouldn't play sports against women. I'm done. There's a lot of we can argue over. That ain't one.
Let's go back to the moment this controversy really began. Sophie Cunningham gave an interview where she spoke directly about protecting girls and women in sports. Her position was straightforward. She believes athletic competition should remain separated based on biological sex. There were no personal attacks, no players singled out, and no insults thrown around. Sophie was simply answering a question and expressing her view on sports policy. Yet that brief response sparked weeks of national attention and debate. And when Charles Barkley eventually weighed in, it was that very statement and the position behind it that he was responding to.
You don't see trans men going and saying, I want to play football. I want to play basketball. I want to be... Why there's no trans men going into men's spaces? Why is it trans women that's going into women's spaces? Show me the last time a trans man was on a podium in any sport. Show me the last time a trans man won in cycling, cross country, football, they played on the team, volleyball team, track and field, 4x100 meter relay on track and field, steeplechase, name it. Show me a trans man that have been competitive. Show me one. Show me one.
What Sophie has faced since that interview has gone far beyond a simple disagreement. Every time she steps onto the court on the road, she's been met with boos. Some arenas have even displayed banners aimed directly at her, while the WNBA has appeared slow and at times hesitant to step in and draw a line. At a certain point, it began to feel like more than ordinary fan frustration. Critics argue that it started looking like a coordinated attempt to single out one player and make an example of her simply because she voiced an opinion that many people may privately share but are unwilling to express publicly.
Why the fuck are y'all booing Sophie Cunningham at every game now, man? This is what we doing to Sophie, trying to villainize this woman when all she did was stand up.
The reaction in Portland told the whole story. Whenever Sophie touched the ball, the arena exploded with boos, loud enough for the broadcast microphones to capture every second of it. But Sophie never appeared rattled. She responded the way a true competitor does, not with a long statement or a press conference, but by knocking down a shot and letting her performance answer the crowd. Instead of arguing with the people booing her, she let the scoreboard speak for itself.
All of the crazies out there are now protesting her at WNBA games. So much so that a coach from another team pulled Sophie aside to have a few words with her and just let her know what she had thought about what Sophie said. Guys, Sophie Cunningham is probably the most popular athlete in the WNBA. If she goes bye-bye, there is no more WNBA. Additionally, Have you ever seen Sophie Cunningham play ball before? What on earth makes y'all think that she cares about a bunch of crybabies complaining about an 80-20 issue? Literally, no one wants men and women's sports. It is highly unpopular, and the only people that do want that are people who have likely never played sports before in their lives.
But the booing is only part of what's happening. Banners have appeared at road games carrying messages clearly aimed at Sophie over her ESPN comments. In some cases, arena security has even had to step in when tensions rose between fans carrying opposing signs. It's unusual for a WNBA game to create this level of hostility over an issue that happened completely away from the court. And that alone shows just how far this controversy has spread. What started as a comment about sports policy has now become something much bigger than basketball.
Well, we were just holding our signs and cheering for both teams. And this lady, older lady, comes up to us. And she comes up to us, and at first I think she's going to be nice. And then she asks, like, what are you guys doing? Something like that. And then it was like, Jesus loves everyone. That's what she told us. And I was like, oh, I know. Like, I'm religious. Like, I know. Like, I know. Nice. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I hope Jesus can forgive you for what sin you've done. And like, something like that. And then she told us that we were effing insane.
And she's like, and she went like, effing insane.
Yeah.
She's like, you better stop this.
And stop pulling this. Yeah.
And
for you guys
I
to
hope
come
God
here
can
and
save
pull
you.
This. Yeah.
She said, for you to come here and pull this shit.
Yeah.
She said the word. Yeah. Did she say effing insane or the fucking
No,
insane?
she said the word.
And nobody around you spoke up for you.
No.
So, I will say, Annalie, when I came over, you were in tears.
Yeah, I've never been yelled at like that. I mean, I've had people hate on me on the internet, but like, it doesn't really affect me as much because it's just people on.
Then came the moment that pushed the controversy into the spotlight. Seattle Storm co-owner Celeste Keaton confronted two teenage courtside fans over a simple sign thanking Sophie for standing up for girls in sports. The message contained no attack or hostility, yet the girls were confronted, with one reportedly left in tears. Keaton was later fined and suspended after public backlash over the incident. That's the environment Barkley was responding to when he finally spoke out. Not just a policy debate, but a controversy involving young fans who came to support a player they admired and left deeply shaken.
Sophie Cunningham has said that males, biological males, do not belong in women's sport. That's it. That is the rational, sane, commonly shared stance. It's a safety issue. It's a fairness issue. It's not an anti-trans kids campaign, but this coach saying, oh, trans kids are well... this is what they do. The straw man argument. She is trying to say that Sophie is against trans kids and she's excluding them and this is evil. No! It's so dumb, it's so evil, it's so calculated. And this is how they silence people.
What stands out through all of this is that Sophie Cunningham never asked to become the face of a national debate over women's sports. She simply answered a question, stood by her position despite the backlash, and refused to escalate the situation. Barkley's comments didn't create the controversy, but they showed that Sophie's views have support from voices across the sports world, even if the loudest critics make it seem otherwise.